I'm going to be talking today briefly about why you should be unashamed of your emotions, and you should be able to show your emotions to everyone through Christ and because of Christ. So I want to start off with a quick question. How many of you guys watching this know who Jesus is? Now, I can't get to know you all individually, but I'm going to assume it's a pretty overwhelming majority. Now, unfortunately, look at your own reaction when I ask how many of you have shown true and unsuppressed joy because of who Jesus is in even the past week. I'm going to guess it's a shockingly low amount. This isn't to say that something's wrong with anyone here, because I commit the same mistake myself. The truth is, though, that this lack of expression is a result of the culture and the atmosphere we live in today that has gone astray from God's plan. Sadly, we so often think that it's wrong to appear like we don't have everything all neat and orderly in our lives, and our refusal to express the extreme emotions that we have as gifts from God is clear evidence of this. Picture this for a second. I was running sound one Sunday a few weeks ago, and the pastor called up a girl, probably aged around 12 or 13, for her baptism. I listened to the words that the pastor had to say for the occasion when I noticed her mannerisms. She was clearly really excited and overjoyed at the thought of being baptized, as all of us should be. Have you ever played that game where you try to keep a straight face for as long as you can, but the other person is telling the funniest jokes you've ever heard in your life? If not, picture it, because that's exactly what her face looked like, except times 10. This girl was ready to accept Christ through baptism, but at the same time, she wanted to appear orderly and composed in front of the church, because that's how everyone else there acted. I remember exactly what I thought to myself. Isn't that really what the church should be there for? Aren't we called to spread the news of Christ and the joy that accompanies it? We should be thrilled, bursting at the seams with excitement at the message of Jesus. But, like the other intense, real emotions that accompany our journey through faith, this girl felt the need to hold it in front of the church. Oftentimes, the same is true with us. We become more concerned with the reactions of the people around us and how they feel about our faith, and we lose focus on why we're reacting in such a way to certain news. This applies not only to joy, but anger, despair, confusion, and any other emotion that you can think of. And you know exactly why we focus on others' reactions to us. We want everyone to think of us as textbook Christians, as people who know the Word of God like we know the back of our own hand, and who have everything together. We want people to think that we have everything under control. But here's the problem with that, folks. Once we start convincing everyone we have everything under control, we start to forget that God has power over all things. When we try to hide anger or confusion, we let no one know about the root cause of that emotion, and we shut them out of our lives, especially those people in the pews around you. And ironically, the people we are most concerned will find out about some of the issues in our lives are the ones who want to help us most and guide us through our journeys in faith. Conversely, covering up our joy has consequences that are just as dire. When we block out joy radiating from inside of us because of Christ, we block out God's light shining through us, and we live in a way that distracts others from Him being in our lives. I remember Jeff, who's our pastor at Smash Prez, giving a sermon some time ago in which he mentioned that to see Jesus, where does the rest of the world look? They look to the church, of course. And if the church suppresses the joy that Jesus is, we deprive the entire world of the power of the gospel. I know that some of you out there are like this, and I could fall into that exact same trap. For some of us, it's as if when we walk through those sanctuary doors, we automatically shut down anything that makes us human. But that's completely missing the point. If we aren't human, and if we have everything under control, what's the point of being Christian? It's our emotions, our genuine responses to God that He wants us to share with the rest of the world. Thanks for watching, guys.